Welcome back, guys, to Stonehouse Acres. Today I'm going to give you 6 tips on what you can do to prep your machine for winter storage, so when spring comes around and that first mow arrives, your machine is ready to work. Let's dive into it. All right, guys, my first step is I always remove the blades so I can clean the underside of the deck, and I sharpen my blades so they're all ready to go and sharp for the spring. So first step, get those blades removed. Obviously, you want to get your machine jacked up. I always use jack stands for extra safety. I don't trust my mower lift that it's going to hold the whole entire time, so always put some extra jack stands down. Get the blades off, and then I can get cleaning the deck. So my step number 1, I take my blades off. I use a 1/2 inch Milwaukee Impact. My blades take an 18mm socket. All right, now that I have all 3 of my blades off, I'm gonna get these sharpened sometime in the next couple weeks. Step number 2 is clean the entire underside of the deck. It gets super dirty, clogged up, caked on grass, wet grass, etc. So get that all clean so it's not sitting there all winter. Hey guys, so I always use like a paint scraper and I just scrape everything off, all the excess grass. My mower deck is actually fairly clean because I did clean it right before I did the fall cleanups. So, not terrible, but you'd be surprised if you haven't done it in a while. What kind of shit you'll find under here. All right, I got majority of the 3 spindles and the deck fairly clean. It's good enough for me. I'm happy with it for all the use it got this summer. Step 3 is power wash, arguably the most fun, especially when you get to use a foam cannon. Everyone loves that. So step 1, we remove the mower blades. Step 2, we cleaned under the deck. Now we're gonna power wash the entire machine, get it nice and tidy for clean storage. I'm gonna let this sit for about 5 minutes, soak in, and then we'll wash her off. Get yourself a squeegee, great purchase, one of the better ones I've made. All right, guys, part 4 of tips to store your mower for winter so you have a good startup in the spring is a full maintenance. Maintenance kit LG 269 comes with 2 quarts of oil, air filter, oil filter, spark plugs, and fuel filter. I have a video, I'll link it in the description below, of how to do the full maintenance, but right now we'll just show you a quick overview. Let's dive into it. I just ran the mower for about 10 minutes to warm the engine oil up. It hasn't been running quite some time, just given we haven't been mowing. So that's the first step. Second step is let this oil flow out. Super nifty thing that I got on Amazon, just so you don't get oil everywhere. It was like 12 bucks. It folds into whatever kind of mechanism that you need. Pop the cap, let the oil drain out. I'm going to do everything else quick and then we'll put the oil in. Brand new air filter. The next thing that I do is change the spark plugs. There's one on the left and one on the right side, so 2 spark plugs. I use a 5/8 inch spark plug socket for these plugs. So pop the cap. Same process, we're just gonna put the new spark plugs back in. Spark plugs and air filter are done. The oil is done draining. The next step is the fuel filter, and we'll tackle that. I usually use a little clamp to close off the fuel line so it doesn't leak everywhere. These fuel filters are always the worst to get off. You just kind of got to work them around. If someone has like a good trick, let me know. I always spend way too much time working them out. I found if you twist the fuel filter, it helps. Got it off. New one's going in. Easy does it. All right, final step before we put the oil in and we're done is the oil filter. What I do to get the oil filter off is I just bought this cheap Husky oil filter wrench. Give it a couple turns, loosen it up, and she'll go. The 5th of 6 steps that I do before I put my mower away for the winter for a quick startup in the spring is I grease all the zerks. On this mower, it's got a zerk under each spindle on the mower deck, so I'm going to take care of those. I use a M12 Milwaukee grease gun. Works really well for this. Let's do it. The 6th and final step that I do before putting my mower away for the winter for a quick and easy startup in the spring is I put some Stabila in it. This is a fuel stabilizer. Make sure that your fuel's not going to gum up, get water in it, go bad as it sits for a couple months over winter. So I put some Stabila in it. That allows me to put it away in storage, feel comfortable about the fuel that's in it. I don't leave a lot of fuel, but there is some that I leave in the tank. So hopefully that allows for a good, easy startup. Once you put a little Stabila in it, I like to run the mower for a little bit to get that to go through the engine a little bit and really make sure it's all throughout the engine. So after that, we're all set. Thanks for watching and following along the 6 steps that I do before I put my zero turn away for winter storage. As a reminder, step 1, we took off the mower blades. Step 2, we clean and scrape the underside of the mower deck. Step 3, we power wash and foam cannon the entire mower with a pressure washer. Step 4, we perform a full service using an at-home service kit. Step 5, we grease the grease zerks on the mower deck. And step 6, we put Stabila into the fuel. All of this helps for a good storage over winter and for a quick, easy startup in the spring. Thanks for following along, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Smash that like button and hit subscribe.